Hey everyone, Paul Carl here. Got another website review. I think this is number 10. This is for Shane Kelly with Trademark Restoration. Shane is in Syracuse Business Connections with me. So I'm going to do a little website review here, first impressions, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and disable all the ad blockers and whatnot. Excuse me. Alright, right off the bat, this is kind of a lot of space to take up in the header here. I do like that this sticks with me and not everything else. I would almost say like if you had the menu like a normal size, like this is roughly what a normal menu, like a typical one, would shrink to as you scroll down, so you could like click on services or whatever. It would be nice to have that follow me around too. These icons, it looks like they take me, based on what it says in the bottom left, to different types of services. But that's not really intuitive. If I was coming for the first time, I would look for like the actual links here. And the way most websites do it is they have the logo on the left and then the navigation on the right. So my criticism for the navigation here would be to make it more like standardized, like kind of what people are used to already. But let's see. Looks like you got an overlay on the background here. Let's see what this is made out of. Cool. Looks like a space is missing here. Yeah. I might darken this image or the overlay a little bit, just because with on my screen size, having the words over the other words kind of makes it a little difficult to read. Let's see. This. Alright, cool. Yeah, it is an overlay. So I'm just going to change it. Looks like it's an overlay gradient. Actually, that doesn't really do much to change the legibility. So disregard that last idea. Is this the image? Oh, yeah, it's a pretty big image. I might crop this down a little bit to save on load time. Make it slightly smaller. The other thing you can do with a background image like this that's pretty cool is you can actually make this image a lower quality. So it is a JPEG already. Like in Photoshop, you can reduce quality, adding a little bit of a blur to the image. That the overlay actually hides that blur, so it still looks like a crisp image. You can't see the pixelation with the color overlay. And by blurring it out a little bit, that speeds up the site. Because let me see. Well, actually, let me go back first. I'll do Pingdom in a new tab. There's this tool, Tiny PNG, that I talk about in probably every video I've done so far. That it does lossless image compression. So when I drag this image over here, my guess is it'll probably reduce the file size a little bit. We'll see when that happens. Yeah, 83%. So this is an almost 2 megabyte image, and it was reduced to 0.3 megabytes. So that's pretty huge. And it can help with load time a lot, which we'll see here. I do like these icons. I think this is really good. Get help now. You can make the phone number clickable or tappable, like you did up here. I would maybe even, if you can see on the bottom left, I'll inspect it real quick, make it a little easier to see. But you got to tell, if you put a +1 there, I think that would help if it's somebody who's like maybe not from this country, like let's say a Canadian's here visiting or something, and they have an emergency, they tap this button. I think it might need the plus. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. I always add +1 when I add those call links. But you could do that same clickable link here on every phone number on the page, And that way, like if I'm trying to call this number on my phone and water is spraying on me from my burst pipe, I don't want to have to try to like copy and paste that on my phone or like try to remember it and type it in. If you just make it tappable, that can help. I like these images because yeah, you can kind of recognize this guy from the background image. So I really like how you got like the personal touch to it, and it's not all stock photos. So let's take a look here. Yeah, so 1.56 seconds. That's not bad at all. But images, 2 megabytes. You could probably, I would guess you could get closer to 1 second or maybe even below a second if you reduce that image file size, because that was 1.7 megabytes, more than half of your entire website in terms of its file size is from one image that you could reduce. So this is just showing me how long it takes everything to load. Let's see if I can find that image. Here it is. Yeah, so that image takes 700 milliseconds to load. That huge one, which is half your load time. If you knocked that image down, like resized it, or even if you didn't resize it, if you just ran it through tiny PNG and left it as it is, you'd be under 1 second in load time. Oh, got a meeting coming up. Sorry about that. I had a little sales call, so wish me luck on that. But anyways, right back to this. One of the things I was thinking of when I was reopening the recording project is this headline: "We are here for you 24/7, 365." I'm not sure what I would change it to, but I think everybody who does emergency restoration work, everybody is available 24/7, 365, as far as I know. I think that would be the expectation of the average Joe who's calling. So what I would do here is come up with something specific that makes you different or better than every other restoration company out there too. So I'm just curious. I'm just going to do like mold remediation and see what comes up. This is the process that I go through when I'm trying to create competitive advantages to highlight, whether it's in an advertisement or on a website or whatever. I like to just look at people's websites and look at their reviews, because in the reviews you get all the people who are really happy and all the people who are really pissed off. So let's see right here. This person's pissed off. Alright, so it looks like this person's mad that they didn't get a call back. I would recommend not typing in all caps if you respond to reviews. But anyway, so what I'm getting with this little drama excitement aside, I read all the reviews that I possibly can, whether they're in my area or somewhere else, just to try to find common themes of what customers are saying. So whatever people are happy about, if you see a trend in 5-star reviews like this, if everybody here is really happy that the phone was answered immediately and they were there in 10 minutes, if you see that as a trend, then you would want to highlight that on your site. And if you see like a negative thing that people don't like, then you can say something that proves that you don't do that bad thing that everybody hates. And an example that I always give at the group is an ad that I wrote. So I had this account that was spending 30 grand a month in ad spend on Google AdWords, and it was for a software as a service company, a SaaS company, and their call to action was free trial in the ad, and so was every competitor. Everybody offered a free trial. And so I'm looking through, I'm trying out different services, I'm reading reviews, and every single negative review was about the fact that somebody signed up for a free trial, put their credit card in, forgot to cancel it, they got billed, and they couldn't get their money back, and they were pissed. So my answer to that was just editing in our ad. Instead of just saying free trial, I added free trial, no credit card required. And that tiny change alone took that account from a 1% conversion rate to almost 30%. It was 29 point something. But that's the power of differentiating yourself. Even though half the other companies did offer free trials without the credit card being required, we were the only ones saying it, and that's why everybody clicked our ad and signed up for the free trial in significantly higher numbers. So by reading these reviews, you can find your equivalent of the no credit card required line and find some way to really entice people here. And what I would also do is put a call button down here, like call whether it's the 315 number or something else. Put the call button there and make it so when they tap it, it fills it in their phone automatically. Because you don't want, what's this gonna do? This is gonna open an email. When my pipe's raining on me, I don't want to type up an email. I just want to call you and get you on the phone and tell somebody what's going on. And I would probably even change this button to a call us button. I can't remember if I said this or not. I was looking at the About page a little bit, and I think the About page is really weak because you're not talking about all those things that make you so different. Like, I've never heard of somebody giving, having a house, a furnished home available for their customers to live in instead of a hotel room. Like, that's a big deal. I would maybe put that in there, include some testimonials, like have about and then maybe testimonials. Usually about comes before contact. You're just like home, services, about, contact. And more pictures of your employees here and your work. Maybe some before and after photos. I think a before and after photo would be amazing. Like if you had a room that's just covered in like burnt shit because of a fire, and it's wet and there's mold growing because the sprinklers were on and it was left for a few days and whatever. If you just had like the most ruined room ever and then you show how beautiful you made it, that could be really powerful. Alright, so what are we on? Services. Oh, looks like the services page doesn't take me anywhere. Let me see. I might make that link somewhere just because it's kind of confusing when I click on services and I'm on the home page. Is that where it took me here? It just doesn't do anything. All right, let's take a look at the service pages. Yeah, this would be a great before picture, and show your after. That would be amazing. It would be cool to see a video too. Like you could time lapse it, or even just showing like your the whole process. Like turn it into a TV show. Really, like you have guys there on the site. You might as well have someone do some filming if you got an extra hand or whatever, or someone's like if it's a small space and I don't know, or even if you hire a person just dedicated to that. Like think of like HGTV. You have an entire network dedicated to people just watching other people fix stuff. You're doing that every day. If you just record it, throw it up on social media or whatever, people are interested in that. And if you become the trademark restoration TV network, in a sense, that would be great for branding. If people are enjoying watching you guys fix like some really messed up buildings, and God forbid something happens to those people, they're going to think of you guys immediately. They can trust you. They've seen you fix a million things. I think that would be a really powerful way to beat out your competition. And maybe even get like some links to your site or some like viral traffic if you guys made a video that people really enjoyed. What is this? I don't know what full pack out services means. Okay, so this looks like just moving stuff out of the house. Looks like you missed a zero here. Um, I don't know. I don't know if this is the industry standard term or not. I'm just some random outsider, but maybe emergency storage solutions or emergency storage services, something like that. That could be more descriptive. Cool. This is one service I wouldn't put before and after pictures. Cool. So this must be where the construction side comes in. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna search trademark now. I know Shane was telling me that it's a problem. Trademark restoration, where one or the other's coming up. So there's trademark construction. Cool. I wonder, is this you guys too, or are these imposters? Hmm. I wonder, is this the trademark construction site? Cool. One thing that could be a problem. Oh, these are the same. Okay, they're at the same address. I almost would have a separate phone number for each business, just because we call them the NAP, the NAP, name, address, phone number, and what that is every local business has usually its own unique NAP, and that's kind of how Google identifies um, entities within the search engines. So uh, if trademark restoration is an entity as a brand and it has this address and this phone number, the fact that trademark construction as a separate entity has the same exact phone number, that can cause a little bit of mix up and cause your what are called citations to be off. So it might pull, like if I go to Yelp or something and you haven't made a profile there and it automates creating it, it might pull in the wrong number or the wrong address, or like it might think that this trademark restoration is the same as this one and mix up numbers or whatever. Is this you guys too? Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah, I might clean up these GMBs too. I think you guys had them claimed. Oh, you don't? All right. So let me back up. A GMB stands for Google My Business. It's these profile pages that are created. And when you claim it, like where it says own this business, you can claim it. Google will send you a little postcard and you just type in the little code on the postcard to claim the business. And then there's all this information that you can fill out to create a profile for your business. And that'll help you control what kind of images you're showing. Like, I don't know what this car has to do with mold remediation or anything like that. Um, Oh, this must be like a car shop. This might not even be you guys. Let me see. I mean, it says general contractor, but then it looks like a car shop. This type of confusion is exactly why you got to claim these businesses and fill them out. And I'll show you another little example. Let me just see if these are claimed. Nope, that one's available. You know, if somebody's like particularly deviant, like you could have a competitor like, yeah, I own this business, and if you got a mailbox that's publicly available, they can sneak your pin and have all your traffic when people search your brand name go to theirs. um, but yeah, so let me do like this, I don't know, emergency. I'll just do mold remediation again because I know that's one of your guys' keywords. Your GMB is what will rank here, and yours isn't showing up even though you have locations close. And I'm guessing it's because they're unclaimed. Serve Pro. Ugh. Let's see. Yeah, you guys might as well not even exist. If you claim those JMBs though, and you fill them out as fully as you possibly can, my hypothesis based on like anecdotal evidence is that by filling out all the features available in the GMB, Google's going to artificially rank you higher even if you don't have reviews, because Google has an incentive to rank you higher, because if you're the only one using those features of the GMB and these guys aren't, Google's going to want to show you higher because they want to collect data on the users and how they interact with those features. So if nobody has those features here, they have no way of getting the data unless they rank you higher. And I don't have any evidence to support that. It's just something in my experience that works. So I would highly recommend taking, 30 minutes to 60 minutes to fill those out. If you have two of them, one for the construction, one for the normal one, it's worth every second because you get so many leads from here. If I search this on my phone, if I search mold remediation on my phone and I have these three options here, I'm not even going to their site. I'm hitting the call button. I don't know. Let's see if you rank on here. Nope. So you're not in the top 100 for mold remediation, which, I mean, yeah, I sell SEO and yeah, I want money for doing SEO, but I don't think it matters as much to rank down here. Like even these guys, Thumbtack, or let's say ServPro, they're number 2 in the organic results. Is somebody really going to scroll this far down in an emergency, or are they just going to call someone up here? Like, oh, these guys have 11 reviews, 4.6 stars, call. I'll save doing trademark construction for another video. You'll have to comment and like the YouTube video and tell me you want me to do trademark construction, and I'll do a video for them too. But overall, I'm real impressed at how fast your site is, and if you fix that image, you're going to be under a second in load time, and that's pretty awesome. So great work on that. If there's any questions, anything else I can help with, please feel free to reach out and I'll answer them. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.